drank blue juice from under the sink.
Have you ever watched The Simpsons, and then, years later, realize something they joked about actually happened? It's more than just a coincidence. From predicting Donald Trump becoming president, to the invention of smartwatches and FaceTime, even events like the COVID-19 outbreak and major tech company mergers, you've probably heard the same question asked over and over. How do the Simpsons keep predicting the future? Is it luck? Is it inside knowledge? Or is something deeper going on here? Let's unpack it, because the answer might blow your mind. Before we jump into today's video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment down below. Your support helps me massively, and together, we're building something that can truly change lives. Let's grow this movement, one like, one comment, and one soul at a time. Now let's get into it. Before we dive into the why, let's talk about the what. These are just a few eerie predictions. Donald Trump presidency. This one's iconic. Lisa literally says, "As you know, we've inherited quite a budget crunch from President Trump." At the time, it sounded like a joke. But in 2016, that joke became reality. Smartwatches. Characters are seen talking into watches decades before Apple released the Apple Watch. The Shard in London. In a 1995 episode, you can see a skyscraper in the exact spot where the Shard was later built, with a nearly identical shape. Disney buying Fox. In one episode, a deadly virus spreads across the globe from Asia, and later, people panic as they're attacked by swarms of insects. These aren't tiny coincidences. They're specific. They're uncanny. They make you wonder, what's really going on? Some people say it's just luck. That if you make thousands of jokes over decades, eventually you'll hit something accurate. And yes, The Simpsons has aired more than 750 episodes. Statistically, there's bound to be overlap. But here's where it gets weird. They don't just predict things generally. They nail details, names, dates, technology, public reactions, even viral phrases. And when something happens exactly as a cartoon imagined it years prior, it forces us to go deeper. This ain't just about luck anymore. This is about patterns, influence, and maybe something else entirely.
Fire! Ready! Wow, chocolate, half price. Not dreaming, not dreaming, not dreaming, not what? Damn it, I was dreaming! Why is life so unfair? All I want is the ability to eat everything in sight and turn into a giant ball! Is that too much to ask? Damn you, reality!
Here's a big piece of the puzzle. The writing team behind The Simpsons is stacked with geniuses. Literally. Some of the writers are Harvard graduates. Some studied mathematics, physics, and computer science. These aren't just comedy writers. They're thinkers, observers, analysts of society. They study trends, predict political behavior, follow economic patterns. So yes, some predictions may come from deep understanding of where the world was already headed. If you're around brilliance long enough, you stop guessing. You start forecasting. And The Simpsons has done that masterfully. But is that all? Here's where things get even deeper. What if The Simpsons doesn't predict the future? What if it influences it? Think about this. The show is seen by millions. Its jokes become memes. Its scenes get referenced in pop culture, news media, and social media. And over time, what started as satire starts to shape reality. Ideas get planted. Norms are pushed. The impossible becomes believable. Because a cartoon already did it. And slowly, society adjusts. Could it be that we're living in a world shaped by its own media? What starts as a joke becomes a plan. What starts as fiction becomes a reference point. And what starts as The Simpsons becomes a script for the real world. This is where conspiracy theories enter the chat. Some believe The Simpsons is fed information by insiders in government, corporations, or intelligence. Sounds wild? Maybe. But think about it. If someone wanted to prepare the public for something, Wouldn't using a long-running, beloved cartoon be the perfect tool?
The Simpsons game. This is so weird. The only Simpsons game I can think of is the one where we all pretend Dad isn't an alcoholic. What could it be? Wait a sec. This is a manual for a video game set in Springfield. And Dad is a character. And so is Mom and Lisa. Who'd want to play her? Whoa! I'm in this game. I wonder what my moves are. Jumping, floating. Oh man, I gotta try this.
Let it settle in the subconscious. Then years later, when it happens, people go, "Wait, haven't I seen this before?" This technique is called predictive programming. The idea that media is used to condition the masses for future realities. Far-fetched? Maybe, but not impossible. Especially when you look at how eerily The Simpsons keeps guessing right. Here's a spiritual take. What if The Simpsons writers are unconsciously channeling the collective consciousness? A deep, universal pool of thought, energy, and future probabilities. Great thinkers, artists, prophets, all throughout history have tapped into something beyond logic. They knew things before they happened. Some call it intuition, others call it divine inspiration. Some might say it's spiritual intelligence. If everything is energy, if time isn't just linear, then maybe The Simpsons taps into a deeper truth about our human experience. And the predictions are really reminders of what's already been written in a higher plan. So what does this mean for us? Whether you believe The Simpsons is a brilliant team making educated guesses, a media tool with deeper agendas, a prophetic voice of the culture, or a channeler of spiritual truths, one thing is clear. You need to be more aware of the messages you're consuming. Because media isn't just entertainment, it's education, it's influence, it's a mirror, and sometimes a mold. What you watch affects what you expect. What you expect shapes how you act, and how you act, that creates your reality. Be wise, be aware, question everything. So the next time you watch The Simpsons, don't just laugh and move on. Ask yourself, why was this joke made? Who benefits if this becomes true? Is this a warning, a joke, or a plan? Because truth often hides in plain sight.
God, can we skip this level?
Come on, it'll be fun. You can hurt a lot of bad guys.
Well, if there's gonna be hurting.
So, we'll cut down all the forests in Springfield and turn each tree into a single luxury toothpick.
Great idea, Mr. Burns. One tiny question, won't that lead to environmental disaster?
If you want to make an omelet, you have to wreck a few planets.
Well said, sir. Well said.
See, the enemy is subtle. He doesn't always come with horns and fire. Sometimes he comes with jokes and laughter. Satan's greatest weapon is deception. And what's the easiest way to deceive an entire generation? Entertainment. Make it funny, make it normal, and over time, make them numb. We are in a spiritual war, not a war of flesh and blood, not with guns and politics, but a war for the soul of humanity. And one of Satan's main tools is mass media. He knows something that many believers forget. What you feed your eyes feeds your spirit, and what you laugh at long enough, you eventually accept. So The Simpsons becomes more than a show. It becomes programming, not entertainment, programming. It shows you destruction before it happens. It shows you corruption before it happens. It shows you broken families, dead churches, and weak leadership, all wrapped in comedy. And when the real thing comes, you don't pray, you don't resist. You just say, I saw that in a cartoon. This is predictive programming, and it's spiritual warfare. But God can use everything for His glory, even a show like The Simpsons. Because once the veil starts lifting, once people begin to notice the patterns, it becomes a wake-up call.
Lisa, we did it! We destroyed the factory!
They put 200 hardworking Americans out of a job. How are we supposed to feed our families now?
You could retrain in a field with a brighter future, like daycare management or sports massage.
But I've been a logger all my life. My daddy was a logger, and his daddy before that, and his daddy before that.
Hey, great story.
Some people have seen the predictions and started asking real questions. Why is this happening? Is this a warning? What's really going on in the spiritual realm? And when you start asking those questions, God has a way of pulling you out of the fog. Because the Lord said in Ephesians 5:14, "Wake up, sleeper, rise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you." Even in deception, God can awaken the hungry soul. So the good news is this: if you're paying attention with spiritual eyes, God can use the same tool the enemy meant for distraction to lead you to the truth.
This place is sadder than Moe's house, and that dude is sad.
Bart, check it out. I think I know where Frank has disappeared to. No, stupid, the sign!
Readings for nerds. Hop in.
But the dark side is real, and it's dangerous. Let's talk about what The Simpsons has done to culture. It's made dysfunction normal. It's made sin funny. It's made brokenness acceptable. Think about it. A lazy, drunk father, normalized. Disrespect for authority, normalized. Mocking God, church, and prayer, normalized. Chaos, destruction, and end times imagery, normalized. And we call it comedy. But the Bible warns us in Isaiah 5:20, woe to those who call evil good and good evil. What we laugh at today, we accept tomorrow. And what we accept, we start living.
You see, when I traveled through my rift portal, I discovered a world beyond ours. Welcome to the game engine.
Yeah, great. Here's the thing. Our town's being attacked by aliens and...
Don't you understand, son? Your whole life up until this moment has been a mere video game.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? The thing is, our video game powers aren't strong enough. We need upgrades, and fast.
Well, I've anticipated this problem, and I've done what every video game player who doesn't have time to figure out things for himself does.
You cheated.
Exactly.
This is the long game of deception. And when you lose your moral compass, you lose your direction to God. So let's ask the bold question: is The Simpsons being used by spiritual forces? Satan doesn't need evil people. He just needs blind ones. He needs creators who don't realize what they're being used for. The devil is crafty, and in this world system, he has power. 2 Corinthians 4:4 says, "The God of this world has blinded the minds of the unbelievers." Satan is the god of this fallen system, and he influences media, music, money, and even humor to keep people from seeing the truth of Christ.
Dad, look, they're raiding the mall and sucking up innocent citizens.
Where is mall security? You always seem to be around when you take a whiz in the fountain.
Stop!
See?
Hey, stop your thieving. I spent all day clipping these coupons for flat screen magic picture machines. Brandine has to watch her stories in 1080i pixels.
This human has tiny pieces of paper that give him big savings. We must study him.
Study him with anal probing?
Of course with anal probing. What else would we do? Talk to him?
So, what's happening with The Simpsons is not just art, it's influence. And when you influence minds, you influence destinies. And that's why God is calling his people to come out of Babylon. So what now? Do we throw away every show? Do we run from culture? No, we do something more powerful. We put on the armor of God. Ephesians 6:11 says, "Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes." We stay alert. We protect our hearts. We guard our eyes.
Come on, everyone. I've built a stairway to heaven.
Awesome. Ooh, I hope this doors aren't all closed.
Who's there? Stand and unfold yourself.
Hey, what's the big idea? Let us through.
We question what we're being fed, spiritually and mentally, and we keep Christ at the center. Because in a world where shows try to predict the future, only one book tells the truth about that future, and that's the Word of God. So don't live in fear. Live in faith.
All right, loser. You stop the destruction of our town and give us some answers, or these save games go in the drink.
No, my save game, stop. I'm on the final boss fight in Oblivion. I can't start again from the beginning. Okay, I'll do whatever you want.
I thought so.
Oh, thank you.
All right, God, is it? It's time for some answers. Who are we?
Here's the bad news. Your video game characters. You were designed by computer geeks in cubicles to run around and be controlled by other computer geeks in their bedrooms.
We knew that, Birkenstocks.
Yeah, explain to us the meaning of life.
Okay, those computer geeks who control you, thing is, they're part of a video game too. You see, the planet Earth is my most immersive, detailed video game yet, and I play it 24 hours a day. It's great. You can get out of your car, have a family. I even put in a complete and wholly consistent fossil record for the nerds. So, the Simpsons game, your game, is really nothing but a mini-game inside my Earth game. If you think about it.
So, not only are we not real, we're characters inside a mini-game inside another game. And the people playing us right now are the characters inside the big game that you're playing.
Well, you're not inside just any game. The planet Earth got a score of 96 on Metacritic.
But why did you let me find the instruction book back in Springfield? Doesn't that mess up your whole system?
Oh, totally.
The Simpsons game?
So, yeah. You see? Oops.
Oops ain't gonna cut it, Mr. Glowing Visage Beautiful Beyond all description. You gotta make this right.
Relax. God, I feel really super bad about all of this. And I seriously want to finish Oblivion so I can get started on something else, so what do you want?
Put Springfield back the way it was.
And let us keep our awesome powers.
Improve the working conditions of all video game characters.
Grant me 3 wishes.
Fine, I'll do all that stuff. Even make games less dangerous for the characters. I guess games have been getting too violent.
God, there is one thing. Do you ever wonder if you're a character in a video game?
That's just dumb. I mean, stop being dumb.
Wow! Daddy, someone's looking at me!
If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep pushing forward, there are links in the description where you can donate. Every contribution helps us reach more people, do more good, and keep this mission alive. There's also a store down below where you can grab something for yourself, or even better, a gift for someone you care about. It's a simple way to spread love and let someone know they matter. We're all just trying to grow, to become better, to rise above the noise and step into who we're really meant to be. And I truly believe change is possible, the kind of change that creates a ripple effect and helps others see the beauty still left in this world. This channel is about real growth, real transformation, and I'm here to give you a front row seat to what that looks like. Raw, honest, and grounded in purpose. God is within all of us, and my goal is simple: to reflect that light as clearly and powerfully as I can for you and for the world around us.